If you've been following me for the last year, you know that 1 year ago today, I was laid up in the hospital recovering from open heart surgery. As a result, I am limited on how much I can lift. Bags of coins and boxes of coins can weigh as much as 25 to 50 pounds. So I've taken up looking at currency for star notes and fancy serial numbers. $2,800 is only 6 pounds. All right, in order to back up that statement, I've got my scale here and a stack of $200 in singles. 200.18 grams. I can pull off until I get to 100, 98. I'm adding 1, 2. Okay, so 100 grams. And then here is $1. Add a second $1. So, they're a little bit heavier or lighter depending on, but I tested this theory. I've weighed out 100, counted them out by hand, and it works. So that's a great time saver. The other thing is when you get to the bank and you're turning in your packs of $100 in singles, they're going to count them, whether you want them to or not. So, you don't have to worry about being over or under. When they count them right in front of you, they're either going to give you that $1 back or they're going to ask you to pony up another $1. That's a great thing. So the question is, what am I looking for? Well, I went to the internet and I looked up fancy serial numbers. In addition to using the Google machine, I also look at my fellow YouTubers who also provide a wealth of knowledge on paper, money, currency collecting, and such. Here is just an example of 8. I want to give those guys a shout out. They've really helped me out in this endeavor. Armed with my newfound knowledge, I searched $1,200 2 weeks ago and another 28 last week. This is what I got. So these are stacks of star notes, trinaries, birthday notes, radars, X notes, 5 of a kind, and pretty close ones, as well as some $2 fancy serial numbers and star notes as well. We're going to get started here in 1 minute. As soon as I get this camera stabilized, I will pick up these stacks and we'll look at them up close. So if you're excited about getting into this new adventure, go ahead and smash that like button now. All right, let's start with the star notes. I've already gone through and lined these up by Federal Reserve banks, and we're going to go through them one at a time. Basically, these are all in pretty tattered condition. The 2013 number 1 star note. This is a Bank of New York 2013. Now, there's something special about the 2013s. That this is the year that there was the duplicate error or duplicate serial number error, and I'm going to go into detail about these at the end of this video, so stay with me and we'll get through it. So that one is a 2013, this one is a 2013, and it is a duplicate. This is a 2013, also a duplicate. This one's 2017. So the rest of these, none of these are going to be duplicates, but these are all from the other Federal Reserve banks. I've got the also New York 9011. This one's in fairly decent shape. I believe star notes are generally selling for 2 to 3 times face, depending on condition or the serial number itself. We got quite a few of them here. This one's pretty tattered. This one's pretty tattered, but the number is near binary or true binary or true trinary, except for that 8 right there. Plus there's writing on it and the corners are kind of dinked up, so that one's not going to amount to much. Pretty low number here. 1612, 1725. 00 leading number, 2017, 2003. Number 6 is Atlanta. 2003, 2017. This one's pretty decent shape. So as far as star notes go, I got quite a few of them. It seems like I'm getting, this is Bank of Chicago, that's what we're drawing off of. So I do get a lot of number 7s around here and in decent shape. Every now and then you get a little bent corner there. 2017 also in decent shape. Now I started doing the dollar collecting or the serial number searches or star note searches because they're just easier to deal with. I can take back $100 worth of singles to any bank without question, and they'll count it, and it'll only take a minute. But when you find a good one, they can be worth $20 to $30, maybe $40. And if you find something really special, it could be hundreds of dollars. So those were all the star notes that I found. I do have a $2 star note that I got this weekend. And then a couple crispy, clean $2 bills that have a trinary in it, right? So I get 266-02002, so 260, and it was from the same run. So I got the 26, you know, the 2020, the 2002. I got the, well, this one isn't a trinary anymore, but it was interesting because it's got double twos, double sixes, double zeros, so it's 4 pairs. And this one is a trinary again with 6. And this is also a trinary with the 2. So, yeah, so that's so those 4 just from one run. There's 4 fancy serial numbers in this grouping right here. So getting back to the ones, I have a bunch of trinaries here. Okay, so we have 015, 520, 4 zeros, 3 5s, and a deuce. Almost a binary. 2s, 9s, and 1s. So 3 2s, 3 9s, and a pair of aces. So here's 319 with only 1 9, so it's almost a binary. Here is a 10077. So we've got 3 1s, 3 7s, and 2 10s. Here we have 260. So 2 6 2 0 6 2 2 2. There's 5 2s, and it's 5 of a kind and a trinary, which, you know, I mean, every time you find a 5 of a kind, you almost have a trinary to start with. So here's another 5 zeros with 3 and 2, almost a true trinary. And then I got this one, which is a birthday note, right? So it's January 26, 1991. January 26, 1991. 12 or 0126 1991. This one is this is a radar note, but it's also I'll get it in a minute. 6956 6596. So it's 6956 backwards and then 6956 forwards, split down the middle. It's also a trinary, right? Because of 6s and 9s and 5s. So it's an interesting note. Value to be determined. We're going to take a look at eBay and find out what something like this is selling for. Next up are what they call the X note. So I have only found this X note, and I found about 6 of these so far. I currently have 4 of them listed on eBay. I haven't had any luck selling them because they're not in great shape, but these are out of California. And in California, they run, obviously, millions and millions of dollar bills, so they do get up to the letter X, right? So for every run, it's like L, A, L, B, L, C, L, D, L, E, and it goes through the alphabet. Not many Federal Reserve banks run through that many bills, but the economy in California is so large because of the amount of people and the size of the state. They do run through lots of dollar bills, so they do get up to X. I have yet to find an X in any other Federal Reserve bank so far. This one's actually not in bad shape. These can sell, but they have to be in good shape. Okay, so finally we have the a group of about 5 or 6 bills here that were almost. This is 3 pairs, but it could have been a small ladder or 4 of a kind pairs or 4 pairs, right? So if that was a 6, right, you'd have 6 and put it right there. It would be 5 5 4 4 6 6 7 7. It is a ladder, a short ladder, and doubles, right? Got 3 8s, 2 10. It's almost a trinary, and the 8s and zeros are big in for collecting dollar bills. 4 1 2. So this is a small ladder, right? 1 2 3 4 5 6. So it's a run of 6. It's a scattered ladder or broken ladder. This is a leading 4 deuces, right? So the leading 4 now. Leading zeros are the best, but you know, if you can get 5 in a row, 4 in a row to 5 in a row, you're starting to get somewhere. So this is an almost bill. It's not worth really anything. It's got 4 deuces leading. It would be nice if there was a 2 there, right? Another ladder, 2 3 4 5 6 7. So 2 through 7, scattered or broken ladder. Okay, so let's look at these almost money notes. The broken scattered ladders need to be 8 digits, right? 0 through 7, 1 through 8, 2 through 9, as in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This one's broken and it only has 6 digits. The leading 4s. This one happens to be 2s. Zeros would be better, but you need 5 or more. Then we get another broken ladder, 1 through 6, with 6 different numbers, the trinaries, as we talked about before, and then this is the ladder, the consecutive pair ladder, consecutive pair doubles. Kingdom currency tells me that it's 1 in a 14,000 chance of finding one like this. I was so close. I had 5s, 4s, 7s, and almost the 6s. Okay, a great resource for looking up your bills and star notes is My Currency Collection. You're not going to get very far without this. You need to start here. So you click on star note, look up on the left, click on denomination, $1 bill, and the year, 2013. Type in the serial number plus the star. And you fill out the boxes, click in the number, add the star, click on Find My Number. It'll ask you if it's from Fort Worth or Washington, D.C. Of course, that would only happen if it was out of the New York Federal Reserve and printed in 2013 for the duplicate notes. Okay, so then it'll drop down and you click on either Fort Worth or Washington, D.C., and then it'll bring you to this page and it'll show you the rarity of the note. There are a couple boxes to click on below, general information and other star note runs for the series. Using that, I went through each of the 4 of the New York star notes were dated 2013. I was able to look those 4 up. But now I know what I have, and 3 of the 4 that I thought were duplicated were, and those I can sell on eBay for starting at $18 to $20. While still in My Currency Collection, I was able to go to fancy serial numbers, and I looked up this guy right here. So this serial number is a radar, and some people know them as palindromes. But in the My Currency Collector, you go through the menus and you click on the proper menu and you start clicking away and you fill in the boxes as needed. Also on My Currency Collection, you can click on Learn More About Fancy Serial Numbers, click on which fancy serial numbers are valuable. This first section shows you low serial numbers, so the lower the number, the higher the price. A single digit can bring as much as $1,000. The opposite is also true. A high serial number, leading numbers 99 million, can bring as much as $500. So the next category are ladders. A full ladder, 1 through 8, can bring as much as $900 to $1,900, depending on condition, and then it goes down from there. It then covers binaries and true binaries. A true binary can bring $40 to $150, and a binary $20 to $75, depending on condition. Next, it covers repeaters. The first 4 digits are repeated in the second 4. Values are $25 to $50. A super repeater is 2 digits repeated 4 times over and over, $100 to $300. Next up are quad doubles. That's 4 of a kind back to back. Those are worth $50 to $200, depending on condition. Next are radar notes, repeater radars, and binary radars. They really don't delve into the value of these. Your best bet is to go to eBay and look at sold listings and check that out there. Next are solid numbers. That's 8 of a kind, $1,000 to $4,000. Boom, you find one of these, you can take a vacation. 7 in a row, $50 to $150. Trinary, they didn't bother with a price point, but I've checked them out on eBay, anywhere from $2 to $5, depending on the number. If you're getting into 7s, 8s, and 0s, you can expect to get a little more. And then finally, we get into birthday notes. Here it says there's sometimes more than face value, but often not. This is a subjective price point. If you're selling these on eBay, list it, buy it now for 20 plus or whatever. Don't accept a low bid on these. They're very hard to find, and it's not worth it to hang on to them if you can't get 20 bucks for it. So I would never sell it for less than 20. And it could sit on eBay for several weeks, but that's the way it goes. In the end, there's plenty of great sources on the internet, YouTube, and here's another one called Currency Systems that help you with your currency serial number lookups. Hey, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you got some pictures of things that you find and you want to share with me, go to Coin Roll Hunting on Facebook, Mojo's Coin Roll Hunting. Also, I have a lot of neat bills currently listed on eBay. Check me out at JDK Collectibles. That's going to be a wrap on Currency Mojo. Give me those 4 clips. If you already haven't, get that like button, subscribe, hit that bell, hit the bell again for notifications every time I post a video. If you thought this was a great video, comment and share. Let other people know. I thought I put together a pretty decent video here. Thanks for coming to Coin Mojo. Coin Mojo out. See you next time.